On-court confidence comes from your reps. The more you rep something, the more confident you are in it. I'm always the best shooter in the gym, for sure. That's just a confidence thing, but yeah, for sure.
What's up, y'all? My name is Ashley Corral. I'm a professional basketball trainer here with Adidas to teach you our 3 pillars on how to shoot a basketball. Before you get your shot down, you gotta start with your base. This is where we get all of our power and all of our balance. Let's get into it. When you're shooting the basketball, you wanna make sure you have your feet under your hips, shoulder width apart. You wanna make sure that your knees are over your toes. Your feet are a little bit staggered. I'm right-handed, so my right foot is gonna be slightly in front of my left foot, but I wanna make sure I'm comfortable more than anything. I wanna have a slight bend in my knee. I don't wanna be too low, but I don't wanna be straight up. I wanna make sure I'm nice and comfortable and I have a good bounce. If you find yourself pushing the ball to the basket, you're probably using too much upper body. We wanna make sure that our power comes from our lower body and we guide the ball with our upper body. All power and all balance should come from your feet and from your legs. Like we talked about earlier, everything starts with your base. Once you're comfortable, it should become second nature and your muscle memory should kick in. So we started with our base, but your shot's not gonna get anywhere if you're not properly holding the basketball. With that being said, let's get into our second pillar, the hold. Details might differ from person to person, but there are some essential fundamentals that every great shooter has. First things first, every time you catch the basketball, you need to make sure you catch it ready to shoot. Have your hands spread apart on the basketball and make sure you're on balance. No matter which hand you shoot with, your strong hand should be behind the basketball and your guide hand should be on the side of the basketball. I think about it at the 45. I don't want my hands to be too close. I don't want my hands to be too far apart. The ball should feel comfortable in my hands and it should feel balanced. Okay, now let's talk about our elbow and our arm placement. We wanna make sure that our elbow is on the side of our body. We don't want our elbow too far out in front and we don't want our elbow behind our body. We wanna make sure it's next to the side of our body for good placement. If your shot is going left of the rim or right of the rim, it's probably because your elbow placement's off. If your elbow is out, the ball is gonna follow that. If your elbow is in, your ball is gonna follow that as well. Keep your elbow by your side as you go through your shot form. The next phase is our fingers. We wanna make sure that our fingers are spread apart on the basketball before we shoot it. When that ball comes up, the ball should never be sitting flat on your palm. It should be rolled up and there should be a small window and a small gap. If your shot is flat, you're probably shooting with your palm. As you come up and you come to find your release, you wanna make sure the ball comes off your 2-piece fingers last. That will create backspin and rotation. Okay, now that we've gone over your base and how you hold the basketball, let's go into our third and final pillar, the release. To get a good shot off, you'll need to combine your base, your hold, and your release in one seamless motion. One of the most crucial aspects of your release point is your arc. You wanna make sure your arc is nice and high like a rainbow. If you shoot it properly, 2 basketballs should fit in the basket at the exact same time. The arc is gonna start with your wrist flick. You wanna make sure as you come through for your release that you hold your hand up above, you have your 4 fingers facing down, your peace fingers are connected to your thumb, and we wanna hold our follow through until our shot goes in or it goes out. Okay, now that we've talked about our follow through, we wanna make sure we're making the proper eye contact with the basket. Your eyes should be focused on one of the eyelets that holds the net to the rim, or the front of the rim, or the back of the rim. Preference is up to the shooter. Now let's recap what we've gone over. We started with our base to make sure we're on balance, starting with our feet and our knees. Then we progressed into how we hold the basketball, having our hands on balance with the ball. Then we went up through our toes, found power, and then finished at the very top of our shot with our release point, connecting our peace fingers to our thumb. Even during those intense game moments, remember your 3 pillars and stay grounded through your shot. Base, hold, release, that's all there is to it. Basketball is a situational game, so you have to stay adaptive. Let's see how our 3 pillars look in gameplay. When you're shooting your free throw, it's the only moment in a game where you're gonna have an extended period of time to get your base underneath you, to get your hold right, and to hold your release. When you're shooting off the dribble and you're getting into your mid-range, it's really difficult to get your hold correct. Make sure you focus on taking one good hard last dribble and then get your hand set on the basketball for a good hold. When you're shooting threes, you're further away from the basket, which means you need a little bit more power, which means our base is super important. We wanna make sure we get our feet under our hips and we get on balance when we shoot. Remember everyone, whether you're shooting in practice or a game, your mechanics will always stay the same.
I think fundamentals are super important when it comes to shooting. I think fundamentals create good habits. Good habits can lead to having a great jump shot. Confidence really just comes from reps and comes from being in those situations before. Once you've been in a situation before and you've understood this is how it looks and this is how I can get through it and see a positive result, now I have that confidence to do such.